Evening all, how are we doing? I completely forgot how to operate the microphone then. Just gone. Right out of my head. Hit it empty. Wasn't going very well. How are we all doing anyway? Hope you're all well. It's a tad warm this evening. I might have to put the fan back on, although it's been cooler generally and damp. Definitely been a soggy day. I've had quite a busy IRL day today, pottering around and doing things and such. So, yeah, it's been one of those. That has made it worse. Yeah, a little on the tired side today. Not too bad. I suspect I'll probably be more tired tomorrow, actually. As my dearest darling kitty cat decided that we were getting up an hour early this morning. Or at least she tried very, very hard. It was absolutely adorable, but terrible timing. So, yeah. And then busy days. So inevitably that'll catch up. But for now, should be good. We've all had a good one. Wednesday, isn't it? Yes. My glasses have to get very close to my phone to read that. No. You threw my glasses away then. Let's not do that. I don't have a spare pair. I get the choice when I get my glasses of a free second pair or some other upgrades instead. Truth be told, the other upgrades represent much less good value. However, they do also make doing this a lot less, well, they solve at least one major issue, which is the horrific reflections I get. Big white squares on my glasses and then you can't see my eyes. It's a bit weird. But, yeah. I forgot where I was going with that ramble. No, I'm filling time while I'm trying to make my glasses clean enough to actually put back on and then look at chat. I could see chat. I could see there's a few there. 1, 2, 3, I think? 3 of you? Chatting at the moment? But the text is not even remotely legible with my eyesight and no glasses. But bear with me a moment. Hopefully my vision will be restored to HD before too long. To be honest, I don't know. We are heading into the fortress of some druid who had half of the ritual to ignite, or half of the tablet with the ritual to ignite the menhirs and save, hopefully, Avalon in it, or so legend would have it. And yeah, I guess we can see how that goes, because what could possibly go wrong? The long magically lost castle of a crazy, possibly necromantic druid fellow. Couldn't possibly come back to bite us in the posterior, that, could it? Possibly zombie bites in the posterior. Yeah, that should be cool. Anyway, evening Tangy, how's it going? Evening Blackstar, welcome on in. Evening Carl, how are we doing? That's not where that goes. That's where that goes, more or less. So, Carl over here, where's it? There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I have 9 icons for different games installed at the moment. That actually amounts to 8 games in a demo. 7 if you consider that I've got 2 copies of Fallout 76 installed. One of them's a PTS. Sometimes see shots of people's desktop on YouTube. And the stuff you see is... It's interesting how people arrange their desktops. Most people do tend to keep taskbar at the bottom. See some people with like 100 icons in the top left corner and they're just there. Like, can you even see that? And I see some people with no icons at all. And in my case, I've got few on the left in one category, few on the right in another category. My games are in the middle at the top, so it's kind of subdivided. Which I don't know if that makes me crazy or not, but it is what it is. Yeah, not bad, thanks, Sango. Little toasty. Right, looks like we're rolling, possibly. That button. Sounds like we're making progress. Doesn't really look like it, but it sounds like it. The maps I've seen don't include Kamelot on them, even though the city is obviously mentioned. I don't know if we will be heading there or not. There's no quests that indicate it yet. I'm reaching for my fan on the floor under the desk. Hang on. There we go. Get a bit of air movement. There's also a gate to Kamelot in Kunacht, so we're over here. Pressing on very, very soon. But, yeah, I think this was the gate to Kamelot. There you go. But I don't, like I say, I've never seen a map for it, so I don't know if we're actually going to go there or not at any stage. It'd be interesting to find out. Deep in good old Moria then. I think I'd probably enjoy that game more if I was playing it with somebody. Still want to know what's going on with this tree, but I don't know yet. But yeah, it didn't really hold me. Maybe I just wasn't in the right frame of mind, I don't know. Could be one of several things. I don't see any evidence as to what's happening there, so... push on a bit. Oh yeah, we found out there was a cloak that I've got to keep my eyes out for in this fortress we're going to try and find. I've been playing some Baldur's Gate 3 again, and I got to chapter 2, I think, the beginning of chapter 2. And then I took a little break and haven't jumped back in yet. I need to make sure I do and don't start over again with yet another character. Because this is almost as far as I have ever got in Baldur's Gate 3. And trying to begin. Yeah, it's almost as far as I've ever got in Baldur's Gate 3, and I keep starting over and doing that first chapter over and over with a different build each time. Geographer's Note. Ancient waterworks once showed ingenuity of early civilizations with its network of aqueducts, reservoirs, and channels that supplied vital water to settlements. Now the waterworks are mostly depleted, dry, cracked channels, crumbling structures hinting at their former glory. These waterworks were crucial for sustaining communities and agriculture. The remnants offer insights into early engineering and daily life. But largely in ruins, they remain an important historical site. Visitors can admire the remnants, but should exercise caution due to disrepair and potential hazards. Stay on marked trails for safety. Flying around a bit there, but all very reminiscent of runes. Some of them actually are runes. Some of them are... yeah, some of them are upside down. Yeah, weird dialect thing going on. That's an interesting descriptive decision, especially from, I believe this is a Polish developer. Poland's doing well on the video game development front at the moment. Recent years, last decade or so, in particular. Nice try, buddy. Bones. Current Soldier's Gladius might be worth enough to actually pick it up. It's not a war pick. It's a war pig, not a war pig. Good evening, Noel. How's it going? We diddling. Which, if you didn't know the context, could sound like I was implying something else altogether. Let's not go there. Hello. Summon Skeleton Knight. Ooh, that might be fun. Yeah, not too bad, thanks, no. A little tired. My feet hurt. My ankles, specifically. I do know why, though. You know what? Before we carry on any further... That's a battle mage, apparently. Yeah, dressed like a battle mage. Got that outfit. Skellington Knight. What's the mana cost? 60? 50? 50. So these two should be about the same, and Skilly Knight should be better, theoretically. Interesting. Oh yeah, we got the AoE thing for planned attacks, didn't we? Oh yeah. This'll do. That spell basically makes food unnecessary once you've gotten it. It's so easy to heal. A relatively minimal cost in... in mana. Let's get a fire down because I can't see enough of what's going on to be exploring in the dark. Anything to cook? Yeah, a little bit. Surprisingly well. Wait, maybe it didn't. There's our marker. It's in the middle of this lake. So allegedly... missing magically concealed fort is perhaps underwater. Some birdies over there. Another musical tree from the sound of it. Ooh, what we got here? I see, a secret back gate to the Lord's Palace. That's interesting. A shortcut if I'd opened it from the other side, maybe. Very interesting. Cool looking location. Yeah, I had a thought, didn't I, that I was going to write down and I didn't. Right, that can go away because that was my rant about the video that I ended up not needing to be ranted about, so that's fine. Okay, right. You can go over there. It's a quick idea that I needed to write down. I'm sorry to say it doesn't relate to YouTube, but nonetheless. Do I feel like is the right way to enter the water. Not really, if I'm honest. On the other hand, the path does lead this way, so... And the marker is slightly more on this side, so... Oh, hello! Question answered. Think we've found it. The Abyss of Sagrimor. Oh, that's a different name to the crazy necromancer druid. Okay, so it is a different druid. I mean, he wasn't a crazy necromancer druid, it just means he wasn't the one we've heard about. I wonder if I can swim through this load zone and then just plummet to the floor. Kinda, yeah. Kinda. Oh, and I leveled up. Wonderful. I suppose I can set a bonfire in the water here, can I? I'm not going to get a map, am I? That looks like it's probably a dead end. Certainly got dead end vibes. Oh, it's your exit up via that waterfall. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, let's see if this madness will actually work. Yeah, it won't. Use a torch. Is it really any better? Really not, is it? It's all kind of warm in here. It's alarming noises, although cool looking castle. Ripples coming out from the centre. Just earthquaking away, isn't it? Well, that's an interesting looking weird beast of some kind. This is some really cool environmental design. You can keep your spoon. Kidding me, right? Range thing and the fact it feels sometimes like it's just hit a brick wall is a bit annoying. But well, that's to be expected. Keep up, buddy. How cool does that look? Looks like it might dig underground, given the pointy head, but also maybe not. I don't think I want to fight that big thing. I'd like it to go away over that direction so I can get a picture without it in the picture, though. Hmm. It's decidedly spooky, this area. Pork in a barrel. Is that new spin on pigs in blankets? It is dingy, gloomy, a little bit spooky. All of the above. Ooh. Ruins of a stained glass window. Hello, undead. I'm not convinced that this guy is particularly effective. I may replace him with... looks like it could be the way, or it could be a dead end. I may replace him with a battle mage and give that a go. He should be more effective because he costs more mana. But... get back here, you. Now, what do we make of this then? If this is the way forward, if that were the way forward, I'm guessing this is the way forward. It's kind of got more vibes about it. Oh, jeez. We jump there? Yeah. Right. Gatto.
You're not one of the rats scurrying about this place.
Observant fellow?
Truth be told, you don't seem to belong here at all. Perhaps you shouldn't be here, eh?
He's giving me Dark Souls vibes.
But in the grand scheme of things, it's none of my concern. Do you need something?
Who are you? What can you tell me about King Sagramol? Tell me about this place. What are you doing here? Who are you?
Name's Gatto. Once upon a time, I used to be a rat catcher at the court of King Sagramol.
He's definitely got the Red Death.
Later, fate led me to catching rats here, outside the cold walls of Sagramor's castle.
What are you doing here?
Waiting for a customer. Are you interested?
A customer? What's he got? A tied tongue. Weapon relic. That's actually vaguely cool. Flickering figurine. On hit has a chance to apply haste. Not seeing the advantage of that. Ooh, leech bite. Interesting looking rapier. Attacking during a dash deals extra damage, but missing attack drains stamina. Ooh. I'm not bothered about any of that, but I've probably got some bits I can sell to him. Yeah, eventually I'll want to look into upgrading my gear, won't I? And my armor and stuff. Cool. Tell me about King Sagramore.
A king is a king. He bears the flaws inherent to any ruler, as if the crown itself bestows similar faults upon each bearer. But there's little to say about Sagramore. It's the queen, his wife, who is the true delight. She's scheming, spiteful, and beautiful. The ideal woman. Trust me.
Taps, mate.
I've met King Sagramore on many occasions. He doesn't make much of a grand impression, and he used to have quite the short temper.
Tell me anything about this place?
There's not much around here. The most important places are my shop and Sagramore's court, just over there. You might also run into the Shroom Knight.
Who's he?
The Queen's personal lapdog.
Oof.
Though he's a knight, he's a rat of the lowest order. I can't make heads or tails of him. No idea what he needs. If you want, go ahead and talk to him. I've grown tired of that fellow.
Interesting.
I'll be right here.
Easy to miss that guy, I think. Hiding in the dark. Did not go the way I was hoping it might. Went less well for him, though. Dagonet, the Jester Knight. Known for his wit and humour, Dagonet served Arthur as both Jester and Knight, proving that even the fool can be the hero. His loyalty and bravery shall be forever praised. Oh, good God, that made me crap myself. That's what I get for robbing graves, I suppose, isn't it? Kind of deserve that. 100% robbing his grave. Now he jumped out of it to try and scare me. Oh, decisions. Okay. Maybe the Mushroom Knight, possibly. Come back to that, I think. Dead end that's very dark. Halo's Bulwark, huh? Shield, I believe. Each blocked hit charges the shield. After getting 10 charges, decreases physical damage for 10 seconds. Ooh, that's actually quite a good shield. Wanted to go down that particular road. The old sword and board. Hey. Right. Now what? What was I going to do? I was going to do a thing. What was it? Stigandir.
Greetings to you, strange soul. You carry a light that doesn't belong to the Sagramor's realm. You're not from here, are you? I fear, then, that you won't be able to grant me absolution. At least not yet.
What have you done that requires absolution? You're covered in mushrooms. What's your affliction? Tell me about this kingdom. What have you done that requires absolution?
Only a pure soul can bear the sins of another. My soul was once like that. I thought it would be enough to... I don't know what I thought. I've been here for so long.
You took on someone else's sins?
Not just anyone's. I took upon myself the sins of my queen. I had no choice. I swore an oath of loyalty. But if I had known the weight of the queen's misdeeds... Sometimes I wonder if this is my punishment. A punishment for consorting with someone so corrupt.
Intriguing. Any way to help you?
I don't know. I sought meaning in the All-Mother, pondered the truths of the Red Priests. I searched for a merciful God, but all was silent. Then I came here, for Sagramor, soon to be king, was about to ascend to the pantheon of demigods, and beside him stood the queen, as radiant as dawn, gentle as the light of spring.
Indeed.
I swore to serve them until the end of time, yet she desired a true kingdom, regardless of the means.
Next.
Next, There was the descent into the depths where we now find ourselves. This came to pass at the Queen's behest. How twisted and corrupted must one's soul be to desire something so dreadful, to rule alone over the world of shadows. I was stupid.
You're covered in mushrooms.
That. It may be my only solace in this vale of tears. The fungus helps me keep my senses, attuning me to the rhythm of this forsaken kingdom, making me somehow understand. I feel the footsteps of the souls wandering about. I feel their ever unfulfilled needs and desires. The fungus conveys this to me quite clearly.
Right. The fungus communicates with you?
Yes. And in a way, I accept the workings of this wretched place. I feel as though I am a part of it. It gives me some sense of belonging. And perhaps there is another future for this realm. Perhaps if we are all connected here, forming one single organism, it might lighten our burden? Who knows?
For druidic tablets, tell me more about the kingdom.
Apparently, this is what the world looks like without gods. Everything that was meant to be born here was supposed to fulfill a beautiful mission. Instead, it became an endless wandering in the abyss. Sagramore took a wife, a woman whose power no one was aware of, much like her true intentions. And here it is, the kingdom deep in the abyss, with its abysmal king and queen.
I'm looking for a druidic tablet. I heard it can be found here.
Scroll. Indeed. I recall seeing druidic sages arriving at the court long ago. I also witnessed powerful acts of magic. Surely the court custodian might know more. But you must forgive me. I cannot provide you with a more specific answer. May goodness and light guide you.
So, other than saying the Queen is terribly sinful, that was a particularly helpful conversation. Interesting. Not very helpful. Cool looking bridge. Where are you? There you are. Do you have a picture from this game as my desktop wallpaper at the moment? Intriguing. Statues or actual warriors that were petrified? What do we think? I'm going for petrified people. There's a dramatic entrance. A burning figure wielding a scythe with a weird kind of halo barring my passage. Skeleton Archmage, okay. Well, that master plan did not work. I got F'd. Right. I'll reload that. Did I meet the Mushroom Knight? I did. He didn't do a great deal. He just chatted a bit. Maybe I should have gone back and asked some more of him. But, crit there. Furry, thank you for the sub. That should not have happened. Objection. I got slightly hammered there. Right. My glamorous assistants there are helping out. At least he's on fire. Skeleton Guardians are quite cool. Not much for my effort to take that guy down. On the other hand, they went after the wrong one. Very Souls-like fight in that there's two stages to it. It's below half health, and now he's dropping bigger enemies on me. Well, they're not very bright, these guys. That's quite alright. So we can't finish off the Archmage now. Not like that, I can't. My cube is not doing a great deal here. Got him! Whew. He put up a battle. Shit. I was going to save a clip of that, and then guess what? I hit the wrong button and I lost it all. Oopsie. Oh. You even get an upgrade for my trouble. Wrong set of spells. Right. I suppose I can bonfire, can I? No. Didn't really think so. Oh well. Sagramore Castle. Interesting looking place.
Ah, a new guest in our court. Welcome, stranger, to the humble halls of King Sagramore's castle.
Get Beauty and the Beast
Are you here
vibes.
to seek an audience with the king and queen? Many are eager to see them, though most are the old regulars. I'm sure their highnesses will be pleased to see a new face. We haven't had many guests of late.
And you are?
Oh, no need to trouble yourself with me, my lord. I am but a simple custodian, a lowly servant of our gracious majesties. Though, if I had performed my duties better, perhaps there wouldn't be so much constant dying.
Constant dying?
Oh, it's no big deal. We live here in perpetual suspension. Time can't touch us, and it's all thanks to the Queen and her sisters, who decided that would be best for everyone. Well, as long as you don't sin against their majesties, then you might share my fate. Or that of Sir Stygander, who you may have encountered on your way to the castle.
What exactly did you do to deserve such punishment?
Well, I wanted to feel the softness of the royal bed. Yeah, no, don't look at me like that. It's not what you think. The Queen's honor is intact, at least where I'm concerned. But I happened to be in the chamber when King Sagramore appeared. He wasn't alone, and his companion wasn't the Queen. It was one of the Harpist sisters.
Ah.
Shush. The king didn't notice me, but the Queen caught on to my unease. She tried to force me to confess what I had seen. I think she suspected it involved one of the king's indiscretions. In the end, I was the one who paid for his sin. Oh well, it's the lot of servants to bear the burden of their lord's transgressions.
And what exactly did Stygander get up to?
Of course. Sir Stygander swore to our queen that he would remain faithfully by her side, and that he would take every sin of hers upon his shoulders.
Seems like a stupid
That
oath to
was
swear.
a very unfortunate pledge, as it later turned out. Now our brave and loyal Sir Stigandr is atoning for sins that aren't his. But breaking his vows would be a sin in itself, requiring even more atonement. It's a no-win situation. But such is our fate.
Largely because he was dumb enough to make that kind of vow. He's being punished for being a dumbass, I feel. And why will the King and Queen grant me an audience?
Oh, I'm sure they will. But you might have to wait a bit. The King's schedule is completely full for the foreseeable future.
Oh, has he got another
And
harpist sister in
before
there?
you ask, no, there's no way to speed it up. King Sagramor is very particular about treating all his subjects equally. Unless you're aiming to become the court jester, there's not much I can do to help. Though, now that I think about it, perhaps if the Queen's sisters put in a good word for you, you might just get to the front of the line.
Tell me about them.
Oh, that would be Miss Clare and the midwife. Should I elaborate about the royal family in any particular order?
Tell me about Claire.
She's the youngest of the sisters. She used to be so sweet and innocent. But now, well, I shouldn't gossip. I'm already trying to
Not
make
so
up
sweet
for
and
that.
innocent, huh?
Just know that Miss Clare isn't a bad person. She became envious of the Queen's love for the King and ended up chasing after boars who never really returned her feelings.
Well, no, pigs tend not
I
to.
don't know much more than that. Talking to Miss Clare is rather, difficult.
Oh, she turned into a pig?
You'll see what I mean.
And the midwife?
She's a wonderful woman, completely dedicated to family. Her life's mission was to bring a child to the royal couple into this world.
Yes, didn't
She
happen.
loves all the royal children. Unfortunately, none of them are, suited to inherit our kingdom. You'll be fine, as long as you don't insult her family.
And I can find them
I'm
where?
glad you asked, my lord. All you need to do is kill me, and the keys to the sisters' chambers will reveal themselves to you.
That sounds deeply sus. Why would I want to do that?
Yes, exactly. It's no big deal. I've died thousands of times. That's just how it is for me. Ever since Sagramor's kingdom was established, I've been the keeper of the keys to all the chambers in the castle. And with magic, when a spell says, "guard at the cost of one's own life," well, it tends to take that phrase quite literally. If I died forever, I wouldn't be able to guard the keys anymore, right? So I come back to life every time someone needs a key from me. That's just how things work around here.
Interesting logic. Right. Find the sisters. Lots of spooky music emanating from I don't know where. It was gonna get spooky in here. Come at me, you knave! You blackguard! Ah. There. This one's already open. I got a bad feeling about this. Oh, maybe not. Looked like there were. I thought this rug was actually more like a pile of bones or something from further up. Not such a bad scenario, fortunately. Interesting looking tapestry. Good lord. This is bigger than I thought it was going to be. Not terribly surprising when you think about it. Fear I may have to depopulate the castle though. It's indeed an easy lock to pick. They seem to be broken, but is it broken in reality? I'm going to go ahead and assume it's a yes. Ooh. This tapestry. Well, interesting place to explore. Did not get me anywhere right now. I feel like I'm overlooking something, so maybe I'll be back here in a bit. We go then. Nicky. Gotcha. A lot of food in here. Decent amount of booze as well, if one was just to do a little potion brewing. Key to Claire's Tower. Wonderful. What else have we got? Oh, that's pretty and ominous. Claire's Tower it is, and we'll move on from that. Looks like a more sensible order to do this in. Ooh! So this is the one who used to be innocent, not so much anymore. So... dog in the wall, maybe? Trapped in a book from the look of it. Or a portal disguised as a book. There's a lift. Interesting. All the same tapestries. Is it because limited assets for the devs, or... Excuse me? Is it because this castle is not in fact real? He keeps wine and honey and things in cupboards in a library. Dorian Gray, anybody? Yep, I'm thinking definitely some Dorian Gray vibes. Interesting bed. It's mistaken, it's wider than it is long. It's definitely getting Elden Ring vibes right now. Pathway, eh? Oh, that's what I already have. Okay, fair enough. She's got 4 hands.
Boss. No, not Boss. Boss in the letters. The letters to Boss, to beloved.
Letters looking for a druidic tablet. Anything about that? What letters?
These, all of them, I write.
How long have you been writing them?
Letters to beloved Boss, I write.
Looking for a druidic tablet? Know anything about that?
I write only letters to Boss, to beloved. Yours, Claire. Sister has a tablet. Once she had it. Once, sister.
One sister? So she's not your sister
There is no
anymore?
love in her. There is much in me. For Boss. For beloved. I write. Boss. No, not. I write.
Interesting. Definite Elden Ring vibes. Diggy, 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 diggy. Clunk, clunk, clunk. Let's not fall through the lift this time. Ooh. That's cool. That's an amazing painting. That is very cool. Wouldn't mind that in my house. What have we this way then? Stunning stained glass. Surprise! Midwife's chamber. Wonderful. Begs the question. What's that? Chapel. Okay. Don't insult her family. Oh, she's looked better. Question is, did they always look like this, or did they not? Were they turned into this by their witchy queen sister? Thing is, we did hear that they... oh, another bed that's wider than it is long. We did hear that this castle was hidden by witches. 3 of them that the Druid King met. And, yeah. Also that it might have been the idea of the Queen and her 2 sisters. So, yeah. Interesting versions of the story.
Who goes there? Are you here to see the children? Oh, my sweet babies. I lost them. I lost them all before they even got here. They scattered, poor things, like dandelions in the wind.
Who did help me get on into the Queen?
The Queen. She wants nothing to do with me. I failed her so terribly that she no longer wishes to see me. I've fallen so far from her good graces. But I will make it right. You'll see. I just need the children here, safe and sound. Maybe when she sees them, even as they are, she will love them just as much as I do.
You've lost the Queen's
My
children?
little flowers. They're all gone. Met their grim fates within these castle walls. They die and die at the hands of those who should have loved them, or through their neglect. Poor little things. They deserved so much better. After all, they were barely more than blood on our sister's white sheets.
I think I understand some of what she's implying, and so it's a bit weird. Children were never born, and how can you lost them?
They are here because I wished for them so desperately. I hoped my sister would be happy. But you cannot force something that was never meant to be. Yet I tried, and tried, and tried. Now they haunt my dreams and waking hours, while the Queen has forgotten she ever carried them under her heart.
I can help you find them.
Really? You'd do that? And you won't hurt them, will you? Please, I cannot bear to hear their cries anymore. I need them close, so I can watch over them as I was meant to. If I could keep that one promise I made to my sister, perhaps then I could finally know peace.
Any idea where they are?
Let me think. Renaud, the Crown Prince, loved to stand on the balcony, gazing down at the gardens, watching the legacy that will never come to be. Little Noah, covered in blood. His mother would wash him again and again, scrubbing endlessly. It feels like he rarely leaves the bathtub. Oh, and
Balcony,
Hugo,
bathtub.
such a sweet child, sleeping soundly in his cot. Sleeping and sleeping, always and forever. He has his favorite lullaby.
Okay. Not sure how to help Claire. Something about reading her writings. Renee loved watching the gardens from the balcony. Hugo, the youngest, peacefully sleeping somewhere. Noah might be somewhere with the servants. They were constantly bathing him. Let's have a look into that. Yeah, I didn't think so. Ooh, where's this go? Interesting.
He's gone. Young Prince Renard. Oh, by the gods, lost for good this time. The midwife will wring my neck with her bare hands. I can't. No, I won't go back to her like this. And the queen, she'll do worse. Much worse. Have you ever seen her angry? Hopefully not.
What happens to those who disobey the queen?
She has ways. Cruel ways. The lash is the kindest punishment among all of them. My favorite.
Right. Any idea where he might have gone?
Oh, yes, of course. Straight into the void. He stood there for a long while, just staring into the well. And then he was gone. He just stepped in like it was the most natural thing in the world.
What awaits me below?
Surely you don't mean to. Oh, may the gods watch over you. Or, no, wait. Better they don't look upon someone heading into a place like that. They might feel disgusted. But I wish you luck. Remember, everything you do is being judged.
Yay! Into the well, huh? Oh. Went all right. No.
Did the midwife send you? Or was it that coward who's supposed to be keeping me under their heel?
You are?
The firstborn of the king and queen. A proper little princeling. Almost grown. Though life has never tested me thanks to the comfort I was raised in. Which is why I'm full of whims. Why I think only of trivialities. Why I'm just a gilded youth, unable to appreciate what I have. I won't
Gilded
bother
youth, more
listing
like.
every one of my vices.
Weirdly self-aware of him. Why did I think attack
Don't
me?
take it personally. You're not that special. Nobody is. I just wanted you to leave me alone. But as always, everything in this house proves hopelessly useless. Any form of service, flawed and feeble. They lack competence. Next time, I'll find a deeper despair and an emptier void to hide in. Mother won't be pleased with how miserably the court servants perform their duties. She never handled disobedience well. Well then, we can skip pedagogical lectures, as I know you'll force me to return at the end. And later, I'll try to run away again.
What do you mean your mother never handled disobedience
Of all
well?
my mother's obsessions, control is her greatest. Everything must bend to her will. That's why I take so much pleasure in defying her. Poor father, letting her trample him like that. It seems a crown on a man's head weighs him down and dulls his mind. The charms of power.
You're supposed to be getting it next, so don't coo so much. Tell me about your old man.
They say I take after him. Look closely, and you'll see all you need to know. How pitiful I must be then.
Why didn't you ever want to go back?
Above? What above? There's nothing there either. Here, emptiness turns into more emptiness. Nothing begins, nothing ends. The same, over and over again. I'll tell you something. This place, all this darkness and silence, is no different from what awaits us in the gardens, the halls, or the chambers.
Let's head back.
Spare yourself the trouble. You don't have to drag me by the hand. I know the way back.
Yeah, I
The
wasn't planning on
Queen's
dragging you by
little
the hand.
lapdog. Phew.
Ankle, maybe, but... Job's a
You
good one.
found the young master. Joy, such great joy. I owe you a debt.
Red
Richard.
Death has just been
We
lashed
simple
on the
folk,
face.
We must stick together. Here, take this. I hope it serves you well.
Nice. It's an armor relic, okay. That's good. Now, how do I get back exactly? Not that one wishes to nitpick or anything, but might be a key detail. Oh, there we go. And voila. So now... Servants and... Hugo could be sleeping somewhere. Probably not here, though. There's an up here, though. This was previously locked, is now not. Ah,
Why did you kill me? I didn't want to. I didn't want to be like that.
who are you?
Mum, she used to call me Little Fish sometimes when she was in a good mood. But when she wasn't, she'd call me Bastard, Misfortune, or Mistake.
They're probably not the
Once,
king's child,
during
then.
a bath, I cried that the water was too hot. So she pushed me fully underwater and held me there until I learned.
Oh, lovely.
After that,
Pleasant
the water
woman.
was always cold.
And who's your mother?
Mama is the most important one. She controls everything. Everything rests on her shoulders. I can't disturb her.
And who's your father?
Father is the king.
Is he,
And
though?
usually just sits on the throne. Mama always said he was busy, but he just sits there.
The custodian fellow did seem to slightly imply that maybe the queen was no more faithful than her husband, so this kind of hints at it as well. What happened to you after you died?
I was here, sitting in the water, and I never cried again.
This is exactly a happy story here, is it? So that just leaves the one who's sleeping. Somewhere. I did hear something about a lullaby being mentioned, so it looks like the sleeping one. This is going to get weird, isn't it? Fire doesn't do much. See how little lightning does. Not well either. Oh, you're draining my mana, hey? Get her eventually. Ring of Despair. Decreases incoming damage and increases incoming healing. Ooh, that's nice. Very cool. That's all the children found. I need to go back and help Range Claire in just a moment, but first we'll wrap up this thing with mid-knife, seems we're nearly there. There's the sleeping child. There's the miserable one. Where's the one who drowned in the bath? I do not know.
They are here. All of them. My sweet little petals. I'm so sorry. I should have tried so hard to bring you into this world. But maybe now we can set you free. You will help us, won't you, stranger?
Tell me what happened here.
Fate has made a mockery of us all. Our deepest desires have been laid bare, twisted into instruments of our torment. Take these poor little creatures. They have no place in this world, yet they are forced into it and out of it, again and again. But our sister wished for them, and here, her word is the only law.
What can I do?
My sister's reign must end. It's brought us horror upon horror, all because of her fear and obsession.
Seems reasonable.
She thought she could forge fate with power, but she was wrong. Fate is inevitable, and the one she claimed was never hers to begin with. Yet we are the ones who suffer the most.
There we are. A couple of levels to do next. Let's go and read about Claire and see if we can't figure out how to help her, which I imagine will be finding and talking to the strange boars. It was apparently not that a big a fan of hers. Although, there may be a reason for that. Up and up and up and up and up and up we go! Ooh. There's Dream.
Once upon a time, there lived a young maiden named Claire. She had 2 sisters, and together they resided in a resplendent...
Defeat Boar's incarnation, ardent lover, minstrel of dreams, valiant knight.
Within a land untouched by the cruelty of time. In this unchanging realm, there was neither the sorrow of endings, nor the joy of beginnings.
This is cool.
No sunrises, no sunsets, and no seasons to mark the days. Such was the design of the eldest sister, whose insatiable hunger for control bound the kingdom in eternal stillness. She hoarded love and devotion as a dragon hoards treasure. Yet for all her power, her heart remained empty. Cursed to feel nothing for eternity, Claire, the youngest and gentlest of the sisters, moved quietly through the cold, unchanging halls. Her beauty was, too, untouched by age or hardship. Yet unlike her sisters, Claire possessed a secret, a flicker of defiance against the curse that gripped their land. Her heart remained free, protected by a force beyond even her eldest sister's reach. True love. This love bound her to a noble young man named Bors, whose memory was her light in the kingdom's shadow, though torn apart by dark magic. Claire refused to surrender to despair. She knew that giving up hope would mean losing herself entirely, succumbing to the same cold emptiness that claimed her sisters. So she endured, her heart steadfast in its belief that love could shatter even the darkest of spells, and that one day, somehow, she and Bors would reunite. Long ago, there lived a maiden named Claire, fair of face and gentle of heart, cursed by her cruel sister to remain imprisoned in a high tower, forbidden to step beyond its walls or look out of the window. She spent her days weaving a tapestry of the outside world.
Spot on. Interesting.
A world she could glimpse only through the reflection in an enchanted mirror. Yet Claire dared not lift her eyes from the loom, for the curse was absolute. If she ever stopped her weaving to gaze out the window herself, the fragile thread of her life would snap. One day, the mirror revealed a grand procession on the road below. Among them rode a knight clad in gleaming silver armor, a sapphire cape following behind him. His warm eyes and copper hair struck Claire's heart with longing. Unable to resist, she rose and stepped toward the window for a glimpse of the gallant knight. The moment she moved, a terrible pain gripped her chest and the mirror shattered. Claire, knowing the curse had claimed her, fled the tower. She reached the road just as the procession passed, grasped the knight's cape, and collapsed. Sir Bors turned a sudden tug, leapt from his horse and caught her. Her breath grew faint, and she whispered, "Do not grieve, for I am glad to have seen you, my knight." With those words, her spirit departed. Sir Bors wept bitterly, for never had he seen a maiden of such beauty and grace. His heart swelled with both joy and despair. for he knew he would never again love another as he loved the fair and cursed maiden, Claire. In the days of King Sagramor, there lived Bors, a wandering minstrel whose songs were famed for their beauty and sorrow. Among his melodies was one that bore the weight of his heart, the ballad of a lady named Claire. Claire, a noblewoman of unmatched grace, had been betrayed by her jealous sister, who sold her to a rival lord for power. Locked in a distant tower, her pleas for rescue went unheard. But Bors, who had once sung for her in her father's court and fallen deeply in love, learned of her plight and vowed to save her. He journeyed to the castle where she was held and sang beneath its mist-shrouded walls each night, hoping she might hear him. At last, a faint voice joined his song. Claire, her spirit unbroken despite her captivity, determined, Bors devised a daring plan. Each evening he sang in the castle hall, lulling the court into an enchanted trance. When the moment was right, he slipped away to free Claire. Together they fled through shadowed halls, hearts pounding with hope. But as they reached the forest edge, disaster struck. The alarm was raised, and the guards gave chase. Armed only with his lute, Bors faced the guards to protect Claire. In the struggle, he was struck down, his body falling beside his broken lute. Claire was dragged back to the castle, her heart forever bound to the minstrel who had died for her.
I get the feeling like this is kind of leaning into the fact that she doesn't really know who this guy that she thinks she's in love with is.
It was the height of summer when young Bors first laid eyes on the maiden of his heart, working in the fields, his skin bronzed by the sun. He paused as the sound of hooves drew near. A lone maiden approached, her hair shimmering like spun gold, her cheeks rosy and her waist snugly drawn into a spring green corset. While the other peasants bowed their heads, Bors stared unabashedly. Sensing his gaze, the maiden turned sharply, startling her steed. The horse reared and she tumbled from the saddle, straight into Bors's waiting arms. Their eyes met, and in that instant, the maiden felt herself lost. A warmth bloomed upon her cheeks, but a deep foreboding stirred in her stomach, for she knew there would never be another man who could claim her heart so completely. From that day forward, she rode past the fields daily, offering Bors water and sharing quiet moments beneath the shade of a willow tree. Days stretched into nights, and the two surrendered to love. But one day, as the maiden passed the field, her beloved Bors was nowhere to be found. She waited beneath the willow until darkness fell and reluctantly returned to the castle. The next day, and the one after that, she returned. But Bors never did. Summer turned to autumn, and the maiden ceased her rides. She withdrew into the shadowed stillness of her tower, her heart heavy with unending sorrow. Unbeknownst to her,
to what we heard.
Bors's bones lay bleached and brittle beneath the sun, hidden in the very field where their love had bloomed. For in Sagramor's kingdom, no crime was graver nor punishment swifter than love. I was writing something important. Do you know what it was?
But yeah, tell me what I want. You're writing letters to Bors. You mentioned a sister earlier. Who is she? You were writing love letters to Bors.
Yes, Bors, my former lover. I have fond memories of him.
You madly in love with them, fond? You wouldn't stop talking about how incredible it was. You seemed madly in love with them.
Really? Perhaps that was true once. I longed for my own Sagramore. I craved love, true love. A beloved, not a dog. My dearest boss, I'm sorry.
You mentioned a sister. Who is she?
My sister. I have 2 sisters. One older and another the eldest.
Tell me about the middle sister.
She wanted Sagramore. She wanted the crown.
Oh,
She
interesting.
has everything except love.
Why doesn't she have love?
She has no desire for love. She wants to rule. Love is not necessary. Power is. Fear is.
And does she have a druidic tablet?
She does. She holds the power of the men here. She has everything.
How can I reach her?
It's at the very top, above all else. To
course
see
it is.
everything. To hear everything. Here, you've read these notes on the stacks of paper. My handwriting. I must have written them, yes.
So you haven't seen anything strange happening to me?
Strange. No, I'm sorry. Enough. She sees all, hears all. Her arms are long. They're everywhere. Go now, go.
Hmm. Speak to the custodian. Now that help both the sisters out. Who's right there? Because I need a key, so he's back to life again. Green's after
Hello
Zakin again.
my lord. Are you ready for your audience with the king and queen?
What will it be like?
Nobody knows. The king and queen haven't granted an audience to anyone in years. All these poor, lost souls will never get their turn. Only Stygander and I are aware of the passage of time. The rest are stuck, frozen in the moment. But we're not allowed in the throne room, so we have no idea what's going on with the king and queen. If I were you, I'd be sure to mind your manners and follow every order, for your own safety.
Tell me more about the Queen and her sisters.
I see you're trying to coax a little gossip out of me. I appreciate the effort. You're the only one around here who can hold a normal conversation. Not many people know that the 3 sisters are Bandrui, female druids.
I could have figured that.
Isn't it? Not all druids allow women to engage in their noble profession. They didn't care, though. They did their work, and they did it well. One day, they delivered a prophecy to Sagramore, telling him he was destined to be the next
Very
King
Macbeth.
Arthur. Our king took their words to heart, and made one of them his queen. The other sisters helped the queen maintain the kingdom in its current state. It's not for me to say whether it's right or not. I know my place and the role I've been given. Hello again. Are you ready? Not all. One day. The other. I know. Hello again. Are you?
Okay, ready as I'll ever be.
As you wish. Here is the most precious of all keys.
2 things must you
It will
know,
open the
indeed.
doors leading to the throne room. Oh, and you might have an occasion to see the royal chapel. Please, don't forget us. Damned for all eternity.
Chapel keys are my way into the throne room, huh? Yep. Is decidedly Macbeth. Plottest, Blackadder, thou would be king. do like these statues. Skeletal angels, they are very cool and creepy. It's not ominous at all.
Era of change. You have been noticed. I was chosen to extend you an invitation to speak. But first, you must let me show you something beautiful. The mycelium. Do you agree?
Aye.
My role in all of this is insignificant. I am but a small part of a greater whole.
Invitation to speak about what?
I am not the one who can give you that insight. You will learn everything during the conversation. I promise that nothing will be hidden from you.
Okay then.
Splendid.
We're back to our spear-wielding, the fungal fellow. The Gandir, that's him.
Your arrival brings me joy. It means this place might have a better future. Welcome.
Who are
The
you?
true natural order, balance, death and life. We have lived together since the dawn of time. Regardless of the decision you make, I will still be, in one form or another.
What do you want?
Your arrival has sparked real change in this place. For the first time in centuries, I have no doubt this change will only deepen. But I want you to understand what you will bring about. The curse of this place will be lifted. However, with its disappearance,
Yeah, exactly.
all the inhabitants
Look
of
at
this
the fungi.
place will die, against their will. There is, however, an alternative.
Tell me more.
You will go to my home, the place that is my core, and you will take a part of me. When the time is right, you will place me within the body of the unfulfilled King Sagramore.
And what
I
then?
will take control of this place through the bodies of the royal couple. This is the only way it can be done. The king and queen are inextricably linked to the origin, the present, and the potential future of this place. They must have a part in this. My growth will be slow, but eventually I will encompass everyone. The new kingdom will be a common good.
Yeah, and if I choose not
I
to?
cannot force this decision upon you. I am not able to threaten you, nor do I wish to. But after you complete your task, this place will die with all its inhabitants. That is all. No more, no less. So then, what is your choice? There will be no other opportunity for this conversation. I don't want to strain Sir Stegender's body for too long.
What role does Stigendeer play in
The
this?
faithful penitent. We were fortunate to cross paths. He found peace and was able to partially come to terms with his fate by attuning himself to me. As for me, I gained this vessel through which we can converse. We helped each other greatly.
So I can let them all die, which after all this time seems like it might not be a bad thing. Certainly deserved in most of their cases. Or many of them anyway. And or I can help the fungus take over the king and queen and later the whole kingdom, and everybody lives on as part of a fungus. There's arguments for both, but I think perhaps being probably a dominated part of a greater fungus is not really, given that most of these beings are beings of individuality to begin with, it'd be arguably a form of death to become part of a fungal whole and lose that individuality, which kind of seems like that would be the case. But on the other hand, I would not be condemning them to death. They would kind of live too. I'm going to go with no, I think.
Of course. I won't trouble you any further.
All too easy. Yes, I think it's ominous as fuck. I think we bring this particular situation to an end, not allow it to continue under fungal domination instead. Come on, yeah. I do feel like death is not the worst possible outcome for necessarily. So it's the best possible one either, but I think it may be the best thing here, rather than having them continue to exist as part of a mycelial entity. I assume I have to follow the blood. Surprise! Intriguing. Where doth this go? Charge by spending double max mana. Release it to do massive single damage. A certain amount of appeal when things won't freeze. Yeah, when I can't paralyze things with my current effects, dishing out large amounts of additional damage is kind of appealing. If I didn't know better, I'd say this would be the Queen's bedchamber, or the royal bedchamber. I mean, I don't want to kink shame, but you know, when there's blood up the walls, maybe maybe you're getting a bit carried away there. Sagramor's Dream Journal Part 1. The band druids stand at the crossroad, their eyes hollow, their hands red. One weaves, one cuts, one watches. They whisper my name like a blade drawn from its sheath. King they call me, Slayer they call me. They spit into the fire and it hisses. A shadow grows behind me, I turn, but the night swallows my sight. A banquet set before me, wine black as blood, meat raw upon golden plates. The Bandrui kneel, not in reverence, but in mirth. Eat, king, they coo. Laughter crawls like insects in my ears. I drink, and the taste is bitter ash. The crows scream above, and their wings blotting out the sun. The youngest smirks, a feast for kings. The second tilts her head, but not for you. The eldest bares her teeth, not yet. I walk barefoot through the river of swords. The Bandrui stand upon the bank, their lips stained with prophecy. Step lightly, king, the eldest warns. The water rises. My reflection does not follow. It lingers, watching and waiting. 1,000 hands reach from the depths, grasping, clawing. No man may claim the throne uncut, they whisper. Awake, fingers slick with blood. 2 crowns lie before me, one of iron, heavy with war. The other of bone, light as a breath. The Bandrui circle, the voices weaving fate into the air. Which will you wear, king? My hand moves close to the iron, but the bone shifts, creeping towards my brow. Choose quickly, for the wind carries whispers of usurpers. A moment lingers, stretching, breaking. I sit upon my throne, but it is made of roots, binding, twisting, growing through my ribs. The Bandrui hum, hands raised in mock benediction. A king must be the land, and the land must take its due. My voice is hollow when I call for my sword. Not a crown of briars tightens, and the throne whispers. Not yet, not yet. The Bandrui offer me a gift wrapped in shadows. A blade, a crown, a shroud. Their eyes gleam, knowing it. I take it, and the world shudders. The ground opens, and I fall into mist, into darkness, into prophecy made flesh. The voices rise, laughing, lamenting. A gift once taken cannot be returned, king. I wake, the weight of it still in my hands. Seems he's, well, we kind of could have figured that out. Pretty much a victim of these witches as well. I'd say female druids, but their ill motivations do rather suggest witchery. Here we go. Ooh. That's creepy. Cool kind of way. Queen. Who definitely has a few tricks up her sleeve.
How could you wound your queen so cruelly? Why did you refuse to simply bow? You could have served me for eternity. Wouldn't that have been beautiful?
I think not. Viada, she was not actually the toughest fight. Really, the Archmage was tougher. Where's her corpse? I want to loot it. I did get the chance to loot it. If I didn't, I'd probably have to fight her again, because that was annoying. Looks like it might be her. Good it is. Spectral sword, royal gown. Kind of curious what her outfit does here. 10 armor, spell power, and magic crit shots. That's pretty awesome, actually. Spell power is not as much. The crit shot's nice, but the armor's way better. I'd be wearing a dress. Armor, spell power, magic crit chance. That's actually more desirable. Anything here? No. Magical breaches. Max mana and mana regeneration's down there, but this is spell power and magic critical chance again. They're a little bit ooh, maybe not. What about her shoes? Better armor, spell power is not quite as much, but a crit chance. You know what? Yeah. Although they are kind of terrible. Oh, I can't bring myself to wear that. They're horrific. Weirdly, the dress is the least offensive part of the whole damn thing, I think. Got some Rocky Horror stuff going on here. What we got up here? Queen's Crown. Higher armor, spell power is the same. And crit chance instead of max mana. I like that, actually. I've got hide headgear on. I think that may not be necessary. Because that's quite badass. Though I do lose the hair. It's still quite badass. Can't see it because spin around the front there, but although I could do this. Ultimate is not great, but okay. I'm not wearing the dress, am I? No, okay. So, the undead king.
Gone. Is she? Gone from one eternity straight into another. Oh, how I wish we'd had one more day. A proper one. Marked by the sun setting on us forever. Once, I dreaded it. The relentless passage of time. And now, all that's left is tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow.
Yeah,
and all our yesterdays have lighted fools, the way to dusty death.
What happens now?
Now it all ends. The lofty dream, the endless torment, and the fruits of our vanity. What we leave behind is a monument to our own foolishness. There will be no legends told of this place, for it is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. And this is for you, the reason for your visit to this cursed court. You may leave now. Your audience is over.
Ooh. Usurper's crown, robe. Oh dear, he seems to be a bit snippy. A few other bits and pieces too. Right, how's his crown look compared to the one I've currently got? Better armor, increase the summon limit. And magic critical chance? No, I'll stick with the one I've got. It's a bit more suited to my guy though. Because he keeps his hair. But summon limit and 1 point of armor is not as useful as the spell power, so. Take his cloak though, because spell power and mana regeneration's good. How about, well, I've only got her trousers. What's his robe look like? Better armor, maximum mana, and casting speed goes up. That's appealing, but yeah, doubled cast twice as fast, but lose a large chunk of the power. Not the worst robe I've ever seen. No, I think I'll stick. How do his gloves look? Mana after killing an enemy and buff spell power. Not bad, but no. I think instead of I can buff the mana there. Damage and healing. Encumbrance limit, look. 205, you know what, I'll leave that as is, I'm happy with that. Yeah. So I've got new gloves, new headgear, new ring, new cloak. Which means not wearing that ridiculous thing I was wearing. I do feel like I look a little weird with this here crown on. That's not so great. Mana and spell power 15%. Summon limit, magic crit. Spell power, magic crit. Yeah, that's definitely the one though. I could take it off and not have it visible. Keep it on, not have it visible anyway. I think that might be the play, really, mightn't it? And thus we are afforded victory. The Mad Witch Queen. Doesn't have quite the same ring as Witch King of Angmar, though, does it? Now the contrast of Witch King just kind of works a little better. So this was my way in, was it? Okay. Huh. Who would have thunk it, considering I basically appeared in the middle down somewhere down here, didn't I? Right over here. Interesting. You shall not go upstairs. Which king? Yeah, that king. And here we go. I have now the first piece, I believe, of the tablet. I think. Oh yeah, I also got her sword, which is quite interesting. Spectral sword, physical damage 1% per missing mana point. Two-handed sword. Which doesn't seem that useful to me, really. Unless you have something that drains your mana in terms of gear. It's possible. Cracked Ben here writes tablet. There you go. Let's see how the sword looks, though, shall we? Ooh, big old red kind of Doomslayer shit going on. It's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Definitely Doom vibes. An Elden Ring size. The animation leaves a bit to be desired in third person. So I know it's going to be much harder, but... or would be much harder, but I do think it'd be interesting to see pushing on this game with a two-handed sword build. One over there. Harder she blows. So, it was most intriguing. So, next time the goal will be speak with Niante about the corrupted temple. Big Doom vibes. Look, it might be a way out of here. Find out, aren't we? Closer to the exit. Yes, it's definitely closer to the exit. Sped the whole procedure up. Very, very Dark Souls-esque vibe, this level, I suppose, has. Very soulsy. Well, albeit adapted to this game's style. Feels like a big old nod. Up and up we go. So I have broken free. Really see that above the water and the sun's hitting it then. For a minute. So there, huh? Okay. Sawsey sounds like a great name for a henchman. Yeah, it kind of does. I feel like my guy looks too big for his horse now. Which is quite a medieval vibe, really, when you think about it. Given that horses in the medieval period would have been considerably smaller than they are in this day and age. Bred them to get larger and larger and larger. So, yeah. The image we have of armoured knights and what have you on a horse should be way sillier than it actually is. Because, you know, the horse would be disproportionately smaller compared to what we're used to picturing. Go according to plan. Got a bit fighty there for a minute. Just watch some Scran. Success. Yeah, is Solzy a necromancer type henchman, or is he some kind of priest?
Help a soul out on your journey, will you?
Weren't people smart? Not as much as you'd think, but yes, a little bit.
Got money?
Certainly not enough to discount. That is such a cool looking jacket. Why is it so shit? You want to be... Mana as damage comes back is reduced as... And yeah, you take half damage or something, or you take a percentage of the damage, and the rest of it comes back as in recharging your mana, I think, doesn't it? Yeah, such a cool jacket, but pity it's so shit. Again, something that I would yeah, something I would definitely have if it was if there was like an outfits option or transmog option. I'd consider that because it's quite badass. It's okay, I think.
Nice to see you.
Yes. That's getting stored. That's getting stored. Something was crawling up my arm for a minute then. I didn't check out his shoes. I imagine they're quite terrible, but... Oh, they're nobleman's shoes. Okay, yeah, they are terrible. Power 10, mana regeneration 5. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that plan.
Nice to see you.
He was a lower ranked member of the clergy, like an altar boy or something, and the crew runs who was too obstinate to acknowledge the difference. Priest knows about souls. Go in for all that soulsy nonsense, and now he gets called soulsy. Okay, fair enough. But never really a priest, just wannabe. Family crypt. Now, why would the priestess I need be in there, I wonder? Don't know, but allegedly that's where she's at. Don't mind me helping myself to all of your plants. Anything else you might have lying around that's worthwhile? Even all this food like I need it, and I kind of don't anymore. I've become such a powerful spellcaster, I no longer need to eat. That's some powerful wizardry. I'm not sure it's a blessing though. I mean, no longer need to eat is not the same as no longer can eat. So, you know, maybe you can still eat for pleasure. Just doesn't need to. Third press. Backstory for henchman Soulsy, indeed. Take a different spin on it, of course. Doesn't just say he was a cobbler. And somebody thought he was terribly witty, calling him Soulsy. Somebody who was not, in fact, terribly witty at all. And a bit of chicken lying in a sack. Graffiti artist who does religious themed stuff. Wasn't a Banksy or something, yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad. I like that one as well. Little Duke goes out to his garden. I look around like, where's all the plants? Yeah, that guy you were entertaining? Who did dodgy stuff involving Manir? Yeah, he just stripped mined the garden when he left. I can't go through that door, unfortunately. Kind of hoping I could unlock it from this side. Croc Michelangelo. This is an interesting contrast.
Have some spare food or coin?
What was Michelangelo's other name? I assume surname, but I don't know.
Hello.
One of a number of famous artists who, particularly in the religious sphere, are known by one name only. Oh,
I envy you.
Yeah, whatever, Osmond. I want to go and drop stuff in my stash, not like that. Sell it. Yeah. Yeah, fish recipes work. Is sole a flatfish? I feel like it should be a flatfish if it isn't. No, it's not sole, is it? Something else I'm thinking of, isn't it? These couple of levels sorted. I like a bit of perception right now. If that's a crit chance. You could really go in for a crit build if you went down the perception road, which I guess you would do. Perception and bows and things. Perception and sneaky. You know, like crits and bows and stuff would probably be a great combo. If you can land your hits with your bows. It's actually not as easy to do as you might think. Yes. Crits restore mana, that's definitely nice. Restore mana after killing the crit. Below 30% mana, spell power goes up. Go with that. Yeah. That was a well-timed question there then, Steve. Individual or that one's hard. Yuanarati? Something like that? Simone? Interesting. No wonder not many track that one. Oh yeah. Excuse me. Right then. So, next time we'll be diving into, from the look of things, another dungeon. The Corrupted Temple as a location for the other half of the tablet I need. So I think we'll pin this one and do that next time because yeah, starting it now is just going to leave me part way through a series of events that would not be... Well, it's not going to feel so great, you know. I don't want to like get part way through dungeon and be like, right, we're out of time now, or start the this is where it is, and then we'll go in. That's not so bad, but still, I think it's probably a good idea to call it about there, and then where are you? There you are. And then we're at a sensible point for next time. Check the hospital building at some point too. You might have to remind me on that one. I don't recall seeing one. Yeah, maybe. Was it down in the... Yeah, I don't recall seeing a hospital building. Outer part of town maybe, or... Possibly in the quarantine zone? I don't know. Don't know. Not any quests for it, but you never know. Securing on Steam right now. Third person shooter fist. Yeah, we saw that the other day, didn't we? Nothing I think I'm going to go for there. The first ever space game, don't know how well that's reviewed, is currently sitting on Steam at 84 pence. If you get the Ultimate Edition, it's £2.53. So, and it's mostly positive, but it's from 2017. So take that for what it is. More of a roguelite, apparently. So yeah, if that's your bag. Everspace 2, I did see the other day, was reasonably priced and on sale. Cannot now spot it, but it may be somewhere else. It does seem slightly likely if it's not in front of me, doesn't it? Pathfinder, that was a good game. Lord of the Rings Online, just being promoted to me. Space 2, there we go. Everspace 2 is, yeah, $12.60 for base game. And then you got other editions, more expensive, but also with big discounts. It's not as much. And 1st of September, a Monday. Interesting. In town near the manor. Okay, try and remind me next week, Hal, if you remember, and I remember, and so on and so forth. Yeah, obviously we just went right past it. Though it's now ringing a slight bell somewhere, so maybe I spotted it and just didn't go in. George got a commission for artwork for Sheffield Train Station. Oh, that's cool. Going for inspiration in Florence. That's justification for a long-wanted holiday, or you know, either way, that's very, very cool, Steve. Tales of the Shire. Is that the sort of survival type thing? Survival, exactly. Kind of cozy survival type thing. Yeah. Stardew, but 3D and Middle-earth. I've heard mixed things about it. Like, it's an interesting thing, but doesn't really quite get the Hobbit vibe right, or do anything new or particularly interesting. Yeah, Dawn Whisper's been playing it, I think. Yeah. I might I have meant to drop in on one of her streams and have a look at it, but I don't know. Reckon it's an excuse, but it's a good one. Yeah. It's especially good if you can get somebody else to pay for it for you, Steve. That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Or the several thousand, I imagine, with a trip there. I don't know, actually. It depends when you go and how you time things. You'd probably get relatively cheap flights across there if you wanted to. Depending on how long you're going for and so on. And whether or not you're willing to fly castle class, but take no baggage. Yeah, all those usual questions, isn't it? I've seen a few things about flying with instruments recently on Tinterweb, usually on YouTube. And, yeah, it's alarming. You see cases where people want to take it on the plane. Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. Nobody really wants to book a whole seat for their instrument, but you can also get really expensive flight cases and then check them, but baggage handlers who are putting stuff on planes will just lob stuff into the plane, not treat it with any respect, and then lob big heavy stuff on top of stuff. So it's kind of fragile instruments, kind of terrifying, even in a really, really solid flight case. Sometimes you can take them on as carry-ons, but depends on the airline, I suppose. You're not going to be doing it on a budget airline. You mixed up the meals for 2 visitor hobbits because they're not very happy with you. You're enjoying so far, see why it's not everybody's thing. Yeah, I haven't even really looked at it. I knew it was a thing, but so I haven't looked at it yet. 3 nights, 5-star hotel, 70 walk from the artworks. That's 1,300, 2 adults, child. The flights are like there. And it's now, and I'm thinking back a lot of years to the last time I did that. I stayed in a 5-star hotel in Paris. I didn't pay that much. A couple of streets away from the Champs-Elysees. Yeah, it definitely wasn't that much, but Paris is nearer. And this was 10 years ago, so times they be a-changing, aren't they? So yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, exactly. No, that's what I'm thinking. Won't overdo it, but still gave you a recipe. Oh, that's something. Travel forward. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad. Say, I haven't left the country in many years, so. In fact, that Paris occasion would have been the last one, and that would have been 2017. So there you go. 8 years. So we'll have to see, I guess. I have weird feelings about going abroad anyway. Kind of want to, but I kind of don't at the same time. It depends where I'm going. There's a reminder on Fallout to go axolotl hunting, which I need to do, because I don't think I've done that. And I probably need to look at some comments. Never been outside of England. My list is not long, I have to admit. Done Scotland, Wales. Been to Dublin, been to France, Paris, been through a little bit of France as well. A brief stop in Belgium and then Germany. All the way over to Berlin. Down to Corfu once. I think that's everything, actually. That's a lot. €100 for a good restaurant for 2 people to get. That's not that bad. Not including drinks. That's what? 33 ahead, plus or minus a little bit. 40 ahead for the 2 adults, and then a bit less for the child, I would imagine. That seems pretty reasonable, to be honest. For a nice restaurant, well, yeah, it wouldn't take much to put that kind of money away. Make that disappear, really. Especially in somewhere like Florence. I don't know that I go that far, guy. You can get a definite change of scenery, but I think abroad comes with a few other definitions there. But you definitely got some vast range of, especially landscapes and stuff to experience. And range of city styles as well. Yeah, just about every city's got its own distinct flavour really in the US, hasn't it? Or all the big famous ones do. Which is an interesting thought. Not terrible from a convenience standpoint. On the other hand, you can't see much out other than the ground and the mountains and things. You can't see much that's really freaking old in the US. You are limited to the last, 250 years, is it, or so now? New Orleans not doing so well. I suspect the truth is there are places that are bad and there are places that are good, just like everywhere else. Just gotta know where the good ones are. It's the same thing. French, Italians are famous for their food, but I bet you can find bad restaurants in both countries. You know. Same thing on the other side. Britain not renowned for its food, but you can still find damn good restaurants here if you go looking for them. You know where to look. I suspect that this is a universal truth. Not necessarily a particularly helpful fact, but I don't know. That's a motivating point. Yeah. That's the thing. If you want to see old stuff, older than 250 years anyway, you've either got your options in the US are rocks or leave. Really, aren't they? There's a couple of bits, maybe, if you look around the New England area, I suppose, and sort of French-influenced areas around Florida and Louisiana and stuff, you might get a bit more pre-American history in that area. Of course, you look at sort of native history, obviously, but yeah, otherwise, largely, it is but a young nation. Running if you hear banjo music. No, places have changed. It's been through a lot in the last, while, really, hasn't it? I don't know, 15, 20 years maybe. In the New Orleans region, so I could see that having had an impact. And obviously it's, to be honest, it's a small miracle the place is still bloody there, really, when you think about it. Yeah, I was thinking about stuff like that. Few old ruins. I don't suppose there's a vast amount. Well, I don't know. I take that back. I haven't got a bloody clue, actually, is the honest answer. They're not famed as city builders, or monument builders. Although, just because they're not famed for it, don't make it untrue. And also, how far does such fame reach as well? You know, things like that are probably better known within the US. Oh. Yeah. This is it. We've been around longer, haven't we? And technically speaking, I don't know how much in the way of sort of physical history remains, but one would think that parts of Africa would have some of the most ancient evidence of human civilization within them. What would it be in the region in which we evolved? But, Who knows? Might be going far enough back at that point that we didn't create things with enough durability to have stood the test of time. Quite probable, in fact. Anyway. Although, yeah. Really, China, to a degree, India, and then the Middle East, Northern Africa. Sort of humanity expanding out of Africa is where the history gets its oldest, really, doesn't it? Or in terms of structures and things. Which is interesting. Much of European history is... I mean, there is stuff that goes back a good few thousand years, but not as far. Anyway. So, tomorrow is Thursday, isn't it? Yes, so Dead Space. Looking forward to. Excuse me. Yeah, how far are we getting on with that? We're probably a decent chunk of the way through. I'd say about 2/3. Oh, hello, kitty cat. Been blessed with a visit. YouTube Studio. How many parts of that? Part 5. So, yeah, we're probably about halfway or so. Maybe a little less than halfway. No, maybe about halfway through Dead Space. So, yeah, we'll press on with that next week. Tomorrow. That should be cool. And we'll see how we get on from there. Looking forward to. 900,000 years and stuff. That's interesting. Wonder what state humanity was in back then. Probably looking at... it can't be that far. We've not been around. Humans haven't been around that long. There might be one too many zeros on the end there, Steve. I have a feeling. I don't think human beings have been around quite 900,000 years. If I remember rightly, it's closer to about 200,000, isn't it? I want to look this up now. Oh, dear Lord. Yeah. The AI thinks it's actually a bit longer than that. Okay. Let's see what Wikipedia's got for such use as it will be. Something that is recognisably human, I should say. I don't know. It's not very helpful. Anatomically, modern humans emerged approximately 300,000 years ago-ish. Something that is recognisably human is about 300,000 years. Yeah, there you go. So we definitely haven't got 900,000 years. That's 3 times as long as humanity's been around. I thought as much. Not far off. Some of the precursors. Well, they're going to be really, really basic form at that point, I think. Maybe possibly just slightly used rocks, but they won't be in up here. They might be down in Africa, I would think. I think there's a number off there somewhere, Steve. I think. Gonna crash, Cal? Yeah, another feeling. I don't want to stay up too terribly late. I very, very easily, as I'm sure you know, slip into being up half the night and then going to bed late, getting up late, which is not good for me at the moment. I need to not be doing that. But yeah, I want to go and take some paracetamol because my ankles are sore. I'm going to go and do something about that. Yeah, Dead Space tomorrow. Should be cool. Looking forward to. And yeah, we'll see where we go from there. Video-wise, I don't think we'll have... Yeah, there might be a video tomorrow. Might be a Starfield one, actually. Maybe. And then from there, I will probably do a best builds video somewhere in the next couple of days. Because to be honest, I don't fancy doing a build until after the update, which is just this coming Tuesday. And, you know, why struggle with the existing system when the new one that's considerably smoother is going to appear in a few days? It's not an appealing prospect, really, is it? Seems a bit crazy, especially as I will have more stuff than if I were to try and use the PTS as well, which I think will disappear on Friday anyway. Anyway, that's where I'm up to at, and so on and so forth. Should be good for the next couple of days. Thank you for hanging out tonight. I hope you've had fun. Yeah, apologies, by the way, for missing last night. A heap of crap that I needed to deal with. So, yeah, that's life. But that's the way it goes. Definitely Dead Space tomorrow, though, unless something you know, falls out of the sky and lands on my house or something, which touch wood won't happen. Yeah. But have yourselves a good rest of your evening. Have a good day tomorrow. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. Like, subs, notification bell, you know, all that stuff. Social media links, channel memberships down below if you want to check that stuff out. And yeah, playlists with loads of other stuff to watch if you want to. And check out today's video as well, because I did go through the season rewards for season 22, which is arriving on Tuesday as well. So yeah, if you want to have a gander at that one, then yeah, have a look. I actually got that video finished off last night. It was one of the things I was dealing with yesterday. But then YouTube managed to upload it, but wouldn't actually let me do any of the other stuff that I need to do on the back end. It was, yeah, the whole website was dicking out. So, and I tested various things. It's definitely on there. And then eventually a notification came through to say they'd fixed it. As it turned out, the time they said they fixed it, they had not fixed it. They fixed it sometime overnight. So, yeah, I had to get pushed back a little bit, but... Anyway, we got there in the end. Anyway, on that note, have yourselves a good evening. Have a good day tomorrow. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. And yeah, I'll catch you all bright-eyed and bushy-tail for some spooky Dead Space tomorrow night. Should be good. So, till then, see you next time. No, folks.
No.